on the dot, right at 7 a.m. I'm sorry, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. Hello, Chris Jenkins, credential member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe. And guess what? I got something to tell
You a
you.
good guy, Chris. You a good guy. I'm just playing. Look.
One of my favorite clips. I promise I won't play that 500 times tonight. But nevertheless, hey, Chris Jenkins here to talk to you all tonight about whatever questions you may have about the Carolina Panthers. This is the only show by a credentialed member of the media that is live, that is broadcast, and that is interactive. And guess what? I want to make this clear. I want you all to be on the show. I don't have any featured guests tonight, so I want my viewers to be on the show. So here's how it will work. If you have a question, I'll put the link out there for you to get, and then you just go ahead and click on that link, say your name, ask me your questions, and then I'll sign you off and answer the question. So again, interactive show tonight. I always want my viewers and supporters to be a part of the show. So for those who are willing to, I would love to have you on the show. I'll send you the link and you can click on it and you can video appear on the show and ask your questions. All right. So yeah, no Lauren tonight. It will be just me, the original Charlotte Vibe person, but Lauren will still continue to be with us as she is officially a member of the Charlotte Vibe team for the 2021 season. All right. So let me go ahead and get into this show. Let me take a look at a few things really quick. Make sure that everything is running as I expect it to be running. We are looking good there. Make sure we're looking good in all the outlets. So this is also the first time that I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on Twitter, and I'm live on YouTube at the exact same time. So hey, hopefully y'all enjoy it. So, oh, and also I normally have my a different camera. So for those of you that are regulars and say, hey, this camera looks a little bit different, I do have a different camera right now. Left the other one at the office, but I know you can still hear me and see me. And also, let me plug this now at the beginning of the video. Please like and subscribe to the video. If you like it, hit the like button. Helps me to get players on. I got my one-on-one interview that I did with Jermaine Carter that will be airing tomorrow. So be sure to check that out. But the more people that follow me, the more interviews that I can get with whomever you all may be wanting me to interview. So let me go ahead and get started with some shout outs and talking to everybody. All right, let's go ahead and get started with these questions. And again, I want you all to be on the show. So I am going to actually paste the link, and anybody that wants to come on and actually ask their question can just click on this link. Let's see how this works here. Yeah, so you see that link. If you want to be on the show, just click on that link, say your name, ask your question, and should be cool. So how do you feel about Cam's former backup, Taylor Heineke? That is from D. Dolly. Uh-oh. Got an alarm going off. Sorry about that. So, yeah, Taylor Heineke, he did his thing. So, Brian Burns talked to me during the week saying that Taylor Heineke is a pretty good quarterback. He has a lot of grit. He's really tough. He can also do some things with his legs. And, both Cam and Taylor played really good yesterday. Really, really good. And unfortunately, Taylor played better than Cam. I mean, he showed a lot of toughness. There's a picture out there of a play. I forget who was tackling him, but had Taylor bent over backwards. And, guy was okay, got up, did the next play, and did good. I mean, he played great. I think he played great. So appreciate the question, D. Dolly. Hopefully I said your name correctly. And the question about Taylor Heineke. So let's keep all the questions coming. Yeah, his passer rating was a 141. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Yeah, he played a really good game for Washington. Appreciate it. All right. We don't have to worry about the edited versions. Sean says that Taylor balled out, loved Heineke, but honestly, our D was trash. That's not Panthers defense. So our defense, I don't feel like our defense was trash, Sean. I know that you're disappointed that they allowed all the points that they did. They allowed the yardage that they did. They only allowed 179 yards passing, but the big thing by far is the rushing yards, 190 yards. Big things with third down conversions, where we allow a lot of third down conversions to be completed by the Washington football team. So to me, the defense, honestly, they still played a pretty fair game. They played a good game defense. They just didn't play the kind of game that we're used to seeing, which is great. They didn't play the kind of defense that is, this playoffs contender type Super Bowl defense that you feel like can get you anywhere. So I would say by far they didn't do that, but they weren't trash where they allowed him, 500 total yards of offense and these kind of things. But it was not the kind of defense that we are accustomed to seeing. Lots of players have been upfront about that. And, I'm feeling like this locker room, particularly the defensive side, is getting was a little upset about that game yesterday. There's been talk about leadership needing to be evident through the leaders on the team. And, you have to do that fairly and equally to all the guys. You have to push each other, have to stay accountable. So I don't feel like that type of thing is a bad thing that we're hearing that, or that I'm starting to see that. That should only make this team better. People holding each other accountable, it can only ever help you be better. Appreciate the question, Sean. Oh, I'm sorry, the statement. It was not a question, it was a statement. Keep it on moving. So LOXX MANE, gotta show you up here. You said that the 190 yards, yeah, they gave out 190 yards rushing. So that was the big thing yesterday. That was not too good. Sean says the camera looks good. I appreciate it, Sean. I just, I always want to give you guys the best. It's a decent camera, just not the best, great camera like you're normally used to seeing. But I appreciate it. Why didn't C? Oh, here we go. Why didn't Cam target our receivers more? Anthony, can you tell me a little bit more about that question of why didn't Cam target the receivers more? As in, why did he throw the ball more? Because he didn't throw to the running backs that much yesterday. I'm gonna give Anthony a chance to clarify his question, and then we'll continue to move on. It seemed that Cam either looked to run or he was looking for CMC. So, all right, so Cam did run the ball quite a bit yesterday. He ran the ball 10 times. Christian ran the ball 10 times. And then in terms of the receivers, now, Christian was leading targets. I don't think that's any surprise. He was leading targets with 8, but DJ Moore was there with 7. Tommy Trumbull 2, Robbie Anderson 6, Ian Thomas 1, Brandon Zystra, I don't know if I said his name right, he had 2, and then Terrace Marshall 1. So the previous week, it was a bunch of running backs at the top. It was Amir, it was Christian, and they took more than half. So in this case, Christian had 8 out of 27. That's just a third. So I'm not upset about that. And you also got to look at the fact that Christian is also an outlet for a lot of things, or a check down for a lot of things. And, Cam did spread the ball around. It was more receivers this week. Let me see if I can quickly pull it up. I know for sure there was more receivers that were hit this week than it was last week. I'm going to just try to quickly tell you the actuals on that. Let me see if I can quickly get to that. So last week we played the Arizona Cardinals. Team stats. I can't see it from there. Player stat. So last week we only hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we hit 5 last week, and we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this week. And also last week, go ahead and get into specifics. So Christian McCaffrey, 10 targets, and Amir had 4. So that was 14 targets out of about 38. So that was closer to half last week. So we did get the ball around. I know some people are talking about Cam getting the ball down the field. And yeah, I would like to see some shots. And I feel like we did take some, 20 to 30 yards. But I don't want Coach Rule to really think that Cam needs to be throwing the ball 40 yards down the field, trying to hit a deep home run. Now, if it's there, go for it. But I don't want to waste possessions where we're trying to just prove a point that Cam can still throw the ball 40, 50, 60 yards down the field, because his accuracy is, I don't feel like it's there where he needs to focus on that. I feel like, yeah, you want to show people that he's capable and do it sometimes, but I like the Cam Newton that was, let me bring it up because I want to be exact here in the Twitter world. You guys will kill me if I'm inaccurate on these stats. I like the Cam Newton that is 21 of 27 and has a passer rating of 120.5. I like that. It gives us a chance to win all day, every day. And we had a chance to win yesterday. And I haven't gone back and watched the tape, but you could really say, well, what if Cam knew the 2-minute offense pretty well? What if Cam had experience running the 2-minute offense? He's brought us back in a lot of games. And think about it. This guy's only approximately 10 days removed off of sitting on the couch now. Granted, he wasn't just completely sitting on the couch. He's definitely staying in shape, getting his routine out. But he hasn't been with the team. He doesn't have that chemistry. And we still had every single chance to win this game. So I think we're doing okay. I don't think we want to force Cam to be throwing the ball down the field. But let me keep on going through these questions. And again, hey, I want you all to get on the show. So I see that Eric has appeared, but I don't see that you turned on your camera. So I'll put in the link. I'll post the link again. I want this to be an interactive show. So therefore, click on that link if you would like to, and I hope you will. Ask your question. You'll be live. I'll put you on the screen. Just say your name, say your question, then I'll take you out. But I'd ask your question. So want to have fun with you all, and I hope that people will start clicking on that link, not afraid to come in and say hello, ask your question, all right? And again, Eric Morris, I see that you have clicked on the link, but you have not turned on your camera. I don't know if you left or not, but if you turn on your camera, then I'll go ahead and bring you on so that you can ask your question. Let's keep on moving along. Oh, there we go. So let me go ahead and do this. Give me a second. I'm gonna add you to it. Let me see. You are muted currently, Mr. Morris. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, say your name and your question, I'll get to you.
My name is Eric Morris.
I got myself muted. Hold on, don't say your question yet. You were muted, but this time I have you muted. So give me just a split second to mute all my things so I don't have echoes going on my end. All right, I'm come back over here. Eric, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
My name is Eric Morris, and my question is, all season we've had problems with the offensive line. Yeah. So why has the offensive line never been addressed all season?
You're talking about, in the off season?
No. Well, period. All season, period.
All right, Eric, I'm gonna go ahead and answer. Thank you for tuning in for the question. All right.
Yes, sir.
So why hasn't the offensive line been addressed all season? So early this season, when GM Fitterer was, talking to us almost weekly because he was making all these moves with getting Stephon Gilmore, with getting CJ Henderson, and all the other great moves that he made, he said that simply the lineman market is dry. He said that he was trying to get, even get backups from teams, and they weren't willing to move off of their offensive linemen. There hasn't been any good ones in free agency to pick up. So basically, he's been saying that the market just has not been there for us to be able to bring somebody in. He said that he's wanted to bring somebody in. They know that the offensive line has needed improvement, but it just hasn't been anything there. So I am happy that at the least we are getting some better play out of our offensive time. And I'm sorry, I said offensive time, out of our offensive line. keeping the quarterback up. You know, let me see these last two games. I don't think we've had too many sacks. So Cam was sacked last week one time versus the Washington football team. I was about to say Redskins. And then versus the Cardinals, I don't immediately have it on this screen that I'm looking at. But I know the last couple of weeks, the offensive line has been protecting our quarterback. So that's good. Hopefully this offseason, we will go to address that offensive line a little bit more. So I appreciate you asking that question, Eric. And again, I love the interactive. So if you all want to be on the show, and I invite you to, just click on the link that I've already put in the comments. You can do it on your mobile phone. You can do it on your computer. Love to hear your questions and answer for you tonight, all right? So continuing to move on. Going through these questions. No Frankie Luvu. LOXX, you said no Frankie Luvu. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Continue to move on. All right, Carolina Jeff tuned in. We basically have to win outright to make the playoffs or our division, no other way. So yeah, one thing is that we are in pretty good shape to compete in the division. I can't say win, even though I feel like with this defense, we are in a very good position to compete for winning the division. So right now we are at the top of the division. We're 2-0. Everybody else has multiple losses in the division, including Tampa Bay. But you're right. We need to play strong. We got one more non-divisional game, not one more total, but next week we play the Dolphins in Miami. Then we get a bye week, and then the last part of the season is when we have the bulk of our divisional games, and two almost back to back against the Tampa Bay Bucks. So overall record, no. I don't feel like we should be, that's not going to be our ticket into the playoffs. Excuse me, I don't know where these words come. But division, we got the Saints. We have the Saints in New Orleans. We have Atlanta in Charlotte. We have Tampa in Charlotte, and we have Tampa in Tampa. So that's 50-50, 2 home games and 2 away games. And yeah, we need to put in some work. We need to put in some work, like Carolina Jeff said. So again, invite you guys to click on the link that I left in the comments. Love to have you on the video. Ask your question. That would be pretty cool if anybody wants to do that. Continue to move on. Do you think there's a chance do you think there's still a chance the Panthers can make a wild card 7th seed with Cam? Or do you think there'll be another year with Cam to make the playoffs? So the Atlanta game is winnable, even though earlier in the season I said that we would split that with the Atlanta Falcons. The New Orleans Saints, we beat both of these teams so far, the Saints and Atlanta, but those are the next 2 that are coming up. And then you got Tampa. You know, I'm not willing to give a prediction on like we will absolutely do it, but I feel like it's absolutely possible that we could win the division, beating those teams, and why not still one from Tampa, right? We have the thing that gives this team right now where we don't have to so much wait until next year. Now we might have to if things don't work out because of some offensive struggles may appear, but I don't feel like this defense is going to be the reason that we don't make the playoffs. They didn't have their best game yesterday. The players on the defensive side are extremely not happy with that. And I feel like there's going to be a change. And I know that there's also been talk about how the defense, when we lose, how they're allowing so many rushing yards. I still feel like a better offense will cure that. Because I'm looking at our recent losses. We scored 3 points against the New York Giants. That ain't the defense's fault. And in order to win that game against the New York Giants, you'd have to have a shutout. And you can't say that the defense has to have a shutout. So then you also had against the New England Patriots, 6 points. Again, that's virtually a shutout that you have to have. So and those are two losses where we had terrible amount of points, very, very low, less than 10 points, less than a touchdown. And we went a period, I forget how long it was, without scoring a touchdown. It was like, or maybe we had one touchdown in like 10 quarters or something. So defense is good. If our offense continues to play well, we'll be in good shape this year. We don't have to wait. We'll be in good shape this year. LOXX MANE asked if I tried to get Frankie luvu. So let me see if I can play a clip for you guys. I don't know if I loaded it up real quick. See if I can give you all a sneak peek. You know what? I can't because I have not cropped it up. Let me see if I can do two things at once on the computer. But so each week I interview a player. I used to do them at my studio, do a little fun game contest. With COVID, I can't do that. So I've been able to work with the Panthers and interview players on site at the stadium. It's been a lot of fun. So far that's been Shai Smith, that's been Zane Gonzalez, that's been Jermaine Carter, and man, I'm missing one person. Gosh darn it. Oh, and then it was Sean Chandler. So I've had 4 player interviews that I have done so far. I always say that I work for you all, which means send me your questions that you have for these players, and I will get those questions asked for you. So Frankie luvu was on the list, but I put Jermaine Carter before him. So now I need to put in my request for my next person. I'm not going to do one this week. I decided not to with the Thanksgiving holiday being upon us, but I will resume it the following week. So yeah, go ahead and tell me who you want me to interview, and then I'll submit those requests. Now I will say that, let's see, this my computer may start to slow down here as I try to do this. We're going to see if I can do this to give you a quick snippet of my interview with Jermaine Carter. So if it gets a little crazy on the live video right now, it's because I'm about to try to give you this sneak preview, which maybe I shouldn't try to do because now my computer's going super slow. Let's see here. But I'm going to try. Let me see if I can do it. So again, I say I work for the fans, so let me know, leave it in your comments, what player that you want me to talk to next. And I will say, keep in mind, the reason that I asked for all those likes and all those subscriptions is because the more numbers I have on my channel for viewers and people tuning in and watching things, the easier it makes it for me to get higher profile players onto the show. And I may have to, where I'm trying to show you a sneak peek of this Jermaine Carter interview, but things do not seem to be working for me to do that. So I don't want to mess up this broadcast that much longer trying to do this. Let's see. Gonna try one more time, see if it works. All right, so I'm going to abort that. I could not. I was trying to quickly give you a snippet of the Jermaine Carter interview, but I can't. So let's continue to go through these comments here. Why do you think our running backs weren't involved? So, Ali, if you could explain that question for me a little bit more, I'll come back to it and answer. I'm not sure what perspective you're asking that question about the running backs, so I'll definitely come to you. And again, I'll paste it below. I want you all to appear on the show. So it's a live interactive show. I just pasted the link into the comments. If you want to come on the video and say your name and ask your question, that would be cool. That would be fun. I'd love to meet you all, make this an interactive show. So consider doing so. Carolina, why don't we throw deep? And we should sign Karen for the next 2 years in the off season. So we didn't throw deep. There were patterns. There were routes. I'm sorry, I said patterns. There were routes that run deep, but none of them were particularly open. But I also feel like that wasn't a focus. Cam Newton's arm isn't what it used to be, and I'm not saying it's the worst arm in the world, and I know we're used to seeing quarterbacks going deep, and I want DJ Moore to have 100 yards, and then I want Robbie Anderson to have 100 yards, but I don't feel like that's where Cam Newton excels at right now at this point in his career, throwing the ball deep, deep, deep. So it wasn't part of the game plan. A lot of Joe Brady's scheming for the offense has been, the mid to intermediates. But yeah, we still have in the past taken those shots downfield, but we didn't this week. And I just feel like as Cam gets more acclimated with things, we'll probably see more. But I still do not want to, nor do I think we need to see a lot of passes going deep. And should we sign Cam Newton for 2 years in the offseason? Quarterbacks are hard to come by. We try to get it right in the draft. A lot of teams try to get it right in the draft, but it's extremely hard. And I say if Cam Newton does continue to perform even close to what he just did this past weekend, it didn't result in the W, but the guy played turnover-free ball, which gives you a chance to win in the NFL any single week. Then I say yes, I'm for that attempt at signing Cam. Our run defense is bad. Should we draft a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman with our first pick? So I have not had a chance to go through the draft type stuff yet because we're still, there's so much work to do covering the season on a week-to-week basis. By the way, I went live yesterday after the game on the field for the first time all season. You all didn't show me any love, but I know a lot of people that you told me once we lose, you kind of tune out. But if you had a chance to watch that live post-game show, let me know what you think. Let me know if you want Lauren and I to do a live post-game show. We already do a live pre-game show, but usually our post-game show is uploaded. But our run defense is fine. We have some troubles, some spotty troubles, but overall we got a top 3 defense. So, and that includes against the rush. And it was just a bad game. So if I had a choice between defensive line or offensive line with that first pick, considering how much we've built the draft the past 2 years on the defense, I'm all in for that first round pick to be on the offensive line, if that is my choice. Michael Thomas, what's up? Dylan Brown, what's going on? Hey, still inviting you all to click on that link in the comments if you want to jump on the video, ask a question live. I'd love for you to do that. Just click on the link. You can do it on your cell phone, on the computer. It'll pop up, and I'll add it to the show so you can say your name and ask your question. John Miller is not liked by LOXX MANE. That's okay. That's okay. When Miller came back, we lost. That's coincidental, but that is true. Michael Thomas, we good. Cam just getting his feet wet. Got to say he played dang good this past week. Going to be better this week. Yeah, again, Cam Newton was 21 of 27. Passer rating of 120.5. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. 10 rushes, 46 yards, 1 TD rush, and three touchdowns he accounted for. He played a really good football game. A really good football game. Lauren will be back, you guys. Lauren will be back. Just wish Jackson would have played better. Yeah, Dante Jackson had some struggles yesterday. It wasn't an atrocity. He had some balls being caught on him. He's not going to be a shutdown cornerback where he's not going to have anybody catch any balls. And he did have, a few deep balls or deeper balls. I don't think they were deep, but he had some deeper balls that were caught on him. And he said yesterday that they had some miscommunication in that secondary. And I think yesterday, and now it's starting to make sense about why players have spoken like they have the past 2 days, talking about leadership, talking about players needing to hold other players accountable, talking about they need to focus. But Dante spoke about there being some miscommunication. Sean, I see you signed on, so stay there. I'm going to get to you after I get through this one. I appreciate you doing so. But Dante Jackson talked about he wasn't himself. He wasn't Action Jackson yesterday. He was just number 26. He talked about the fact that the miscommunication that was starting to happen in that secondary started to get to him, and he started to not be able to focus the way that he normally does. Coach Rule talked about guys missing assignments. I think Hassan Reddick may have even talked about the miscommunication and the things that were happening on that defensive side that just wasn't good football. It wasn't what they've been doing all season long. And then when you have it happen, as far as guys not communicating properly, you're going to get that. And running the ball, they didn't do anything super creative in running the ball against us, but they did a good job just pushing our guys out the way, and a lot of times running right up the gut and getting some good yards for it. Again, they ended up with almost 200 yards rushing. We weren't able to stop them on their third down conversions too much, let them stay on the field. And we lost a battle that we normally win each and every week. That battle that we normally win is time of possession. Even when we were getting beat down, we were winning that time of possession, and we lost it by over 10 minutes yesterday. So those are some of my takes. Sean, if you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and add you on. Let me get this
buddy.
Go ahead and say your name and your question, man. Appreciate you joining.
Oh, man. Thanks, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Okay, so.
Do you miss Lauren too, or am I okay?
No, you're good, man. You're good. Hey, I ain't here for Lauren, man. I'm here for the Panther podcast. I mean,
for the content, right?
Content. There you go. Okay, so what I'm asking is, okay, so you say that like everybody's saying that I got more of a statement, I guess, than anything. So, okay, so you say everybody's saying that Michael Jordan, he came in. Dennis Daly, he went out. Okay, so ever since Dennis Daly went out, ever since that point in time, like everything started going sideways, and what people aren't understanding is when you have an offensive lineman in any position that goes out, you have to come in, right, and kind of reset things. And ever since then, like in that game with the Washington football team, everything started going sideways. So, I mean, people don't understand literally that you got to reconfigure things on the offensive line when somebody goes out. So what I'm saying is, okay, the defense definitely did not look like they were prepared, literally. Right. And I'm blaming this whole thing on the defense. As good as our defense has been all year. Number two.
Yeah.
They did not come out prepared. And I'm blaming this whole thing on the defense. As bad as our offensive line has been all year, I am not blaming this on our offensive line. No way. Our offensive line in the past 3 weeks has come together. They've been coming together. They have, right? They've been coming together. So I am not blaming this at all on our offensive line. No way. And I did pick PNP. Shout out to PNP, Panther Nation Podcast. I love, you've been on there. I've seen you. I love your content. I love your content, man.
Thank you.
I love your content. I watch it every day. As soon as it come on, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch it.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So I hope you can see me. Can you see me?
I can see you.
All right, cool. So I'm definitely not. Our defense did not look like they were prepared, man. And I know I was watching PNP, and Rashad was saying, he was in the stadium, and Dave was at the house. So I got Dave's point of view, and I got Rashad's point of view. I got two different views, and I'm sitting there, I'm watching. I'm like, damn, man, our defense did not play up to par. Not at all, man. Not at all. So hopefully this game right here was if we do not win this game, it's not it. This ain't the year, man. I was like, man, we got to win this game. If we win this game.
You're talking about the upcoming game, right, against Miami?
Oh, no, Washington. I'm saying, if we win this game against Washington, in like a good value of a win, then this is it, man. Can push us through, but as soon as I got about halfway through that game, I was like, this defense, man, is I don't know what's wrong with this, So, but I don't want to drag y'all down, man. I just wanted to put my statement out there, man. And I appreciate you putting this out here, man. And I just appreciate you, man. Really.
Hey, I appreciate you logging in. This is my first week inviting people on. So I'm going to go ahead and not kick you off, but I'm going to take you off so I can continue to go through some of the comments. But
for sure.
Thank you very much. But I appreciate you guys coming in. This is something I'm starting this week where I'm allowing guests to come in and state their questions just to bring a little bit more interaction to it. Because again, my thing with the whole Charlotte Vibe and covering the Carolina Panthers is I could just be what we call the talking head all the time, just say blah, blah, blah. But I want to be an interactive media. I've embraced the title of Man of the People, and I work for you. So I like to just get questions directly from you all and answer those. But Sean, thanks for signing on and making a statement about the defense. We still have something to look forward to. That defense played just not up to par yesterday. Before that game, we were currently ranked 12th in the league in rushing yards, allowing just 107 yards per game. We allowed almost 200 yards. Our third down efficiency was 4th in the league prior to yesterday, only allowing teams to convert third downs a third of the time. And yesterday, let me see if I can quickly get this in front of me. Yesterday, third down efficiency was, got so many stats here in front of me. Let me just do a find on it so I can get to it quickly. Where is it? Oh man, no, I can't quickly find it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk accurately here. Oh, there it goes. Third down efficiency. It was right in front of me. They were 6 of 13 for 46%. So that's not tremendously higher, but here's where it really comes in and kicks you. So they were 6 of 13, 46%, but they were 100% on fourth downs. They were 2 for 2 on fourth downs, and that will definitely kill you. And then our offense a few times had some very untimely offensive holding penalties that came in and took us back extra far, which made things a little bit more difficult. So we still have a chance. Let me continue to work through these. Again, appreciate it. We've had 2 people come on tonight. Hopefully a few more will come on. I'm going to paste it again in the comments. If you want to come on, ask your questions, state your name, just click on that link and that'll bring you on. But let me continue to work through some of the comments that I have up here. Do you think we will crank it up against the Dolphins? Yes, absolutely yes. Cam Newton will have another week under his belt of this playbook. And there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to have more things that are happening with Cam doing it. Again, you guys can let me know in the comments. I just don't want us to start throwing the ball really deep just to prove a point and those balls getting turned over. Coach Rule still wants his team to run the ball about 35 times per game. Yesterday, we only got to run the ball 21 times. So we were quite low from how many times that he would like to, but we also didn't get the possessions that we wanted to get in order to do that. I mean, it was still pretty balanced. It was actually dead even. I was about to say it was dead even. It was not. We actually, rushed the ball 21 times and we threw the ball 27 times. So that's not exactly where we want it to be, but a lot of those passes were like extended handoff type of deals. And I think that's where they were comfortable at say, hey, if we do throw the ball a little bit more than we want to, let's make it like an extended handoff and just throw some short check downs to Christian McCaffrey. So yes, I think we'll crank it up against the Miami Dolphins. And yes, a win against Miami is not technically an elimination game, but in my book, it is. You need to beat the Miami Dolphins. I think we're going to ball out next week and go into the bye in good standings. Cool. Do you think this is a good coaching staff? Priscilla Addison Crosby. It's a young coaching staff. And Snow is the only one with tons and tons and decades of football experience. Rule is experienced decently. Brady is very inexperienced. But the thing that I would say about this coaching staff is overall, they still are pretty much only 2 years head coach and defensive and offensive coordinators with experience. But I feel like they're getting there. They're finding their way. All right. Coach Rule is doing things differently each week to try to get things going. He's not just saying like, we're going to keep trying this, we're going to keep trying. He's trying new things, so I respect that. And as he tries to become a good coach in the NFL, Snow, I think, is obviously good. You know, anytime you have a top 3 defense, that means you're doing some things right. Now, the players didn't play, they didn't execute how they needed to. And Coach Rule said that today. He said the plan was there, guys weren't executing. And Dante Jackson talked about the lack of communication. So I can coach you well, but if come Sunday, you don't do what I told you to do, that could be an issue. Appreciate the question, Priscilla. Kevin McFarland says, our offense can do amazing 2015 type of things to win games like we did on the Cardinal games. Yeah, that was a great game. Panthers 0-9 and Cam Newton last 9 starts. LOXX, why you want to bring them kind of stats to the show? We're going to keep on moving. But I do think the duo QB would have been good this past week. Me too, Michael Thomas. So I did ask Coach Rule that yesterday after the game. What was the plan with PJ Walker? Because all week long, especially when he announced Friday to us that Cam will be starting, he said Cam Newton will take the first snap. So it completely, utterly left open the door for, okay, who's going to take the second snap or the third snap? And he went on to say that both players have been prepared and will probably play. They said because Cam Newton was playing so well that they decided to not do the duo quarterback and bring PJ Walker in. They talked about it as a coaching staff and collectively decided to keep Cam Newton in there because he's doing good. And ultimately, they know that they want Cam Newton to be their starting quarterback. So that's why it happened. The only thing that I think PJ Walker could have done, but maybe it wasn't possible because of, hey, Cody, I see that you have logged in, but you have not turned on your video yet. So, Cody, if you turn on your video when I'm done answering this question, I will gladly bring you on to ask a question. And again, a quick plug. If you want to be on the show to ask a question, there's a link in the comments. Just click on that. I'll bring you on, let you ask the question. But I think because PJ didn't play all game long, that it would have been a little hard to come in there and say, hey, now here's your responsibility to run the 2-minute offense. But good question. Appreciate the comment, Michael Thomas. Kevin McFarland does think that the Panthers can make the playoffs, but we're going to have to play offense and defense in the last 6 games. Yeah, we got to play both at the same time, not one or the other. I mean, you see what we did against the Cardinals? So if we can do that again in terms of both hitting on both cylinders, all phases of the game, then we'll be good. You know, even Coach said that the special teams was not that great yesterday. I didn't look at the stats on the punter, but I do remember that there was a kickoff by Zane that did not go into the end zone for a touchback. What up, Kent? If we lose, we will lose to Miami if the defense can't get back on track. We would, but I'm not worried about this defense getting back on track, and I hope you guys aren't too worried about it. They can have a bad game. It's a 17-week season. They can have 2 bad games, but even when they have a bad game overall, they're still playing pretty respectable. They have not stunk it up at all like the offense. Again, offense put up 3 points against the New York Giants, put up 6 points against the New England Patriots. That's awful. That's stinking it up. Sam Darnold having, I don't know how many turnovers like he was at. That's awful. Our defense did not play great, but they're not playing awful. So I have a lot of confidence that this defense will continue to play good and get back on track pretty quickly. All right, Black Panther says, Cody, I'm still waiting for you to turn on your camera, buddy. If you turn on your camera, I will bring you onto the show. If a team has a strong run game, we have a serious problem with them. Remember the Dallas game, now Washington. Rivera saw this. So it has been 2 teams, but it was 2 different things. So against the Dallas Cowboys, they actually did different stunts and schemes that we had not prepared for to play against with the Cowboys, and it just was us trying to adjust mid-game, and we weren't able to do so. It wasn't after that game. You didn't hear players and coaches staff talking about miscommunication. You just haven't talked about, hey, they're, you know, essentially we weren't prepared for what they were doing, and they beat us. They out-schemed us, if you will. Against Washington, it was not something that we were surprised about. It wasn't something that we were unexpected. It was just like we were prepared and we didn't execute. That's what happened against against the Washington. So I'm not afraid to face a team with a good run defense in the future. I'm sorry, run offense in the future. Let me go through some more things here. Michael Thomas saying that he likes Christian McCaffrey in the slot. Michael Thompson also thinks the Cam should be signed. He's playing his best ball. Hey, appreciate the compliment. If you were watching and you hadn't hit that like button, consider doing so. It helps me to have more players that I get to interview one-on-one on the show and ask your questions. So it benefits both of us if you hit that like button, and certainly if you hit that subscribe button, consider doing so. All right, got a nice long comment here that I'm going to read. I think we as Panther fans just got to be patient. I remember it was not until Ron Rivera's third year Panthers made the playoffs. This is just Matt Rule's second season, and Cam played great in his first start. I think that comment in itself deserves some thumbs up. The football has definitely gotten more entertaining with Cam back there. It was a competitive game. It just wasn't a game that we won. So certainly say, hey, I want this team to win. I expect this team to win. But I don't think we should be tuning out at this point. Very good comment, in my opinion, by Super Trebo. Do you think this loss is on the coaches? No, I don't give it to the coaches. I feel like game plans were good. I mean, we lost this game by 6 points, had a good chance to win it, and defense just did not, play well. Guys weren't. You're not going to bench Dante Jackson because he's not communicating, or another player. We tried to put Gilmore in there. Gilmore's a player that hopefully continues to get healthy so he can play some more fours and maybe could take over in a situation like this. I'm curious how vocal of a player Stephon Gilmore is, because he's extremely soft-spoken. Plays very well, obviously, but I wonder if he's a guy that, gets at it people out there if they are miscommunicating during the game. Nevertheless, let's continue to go through this. Tonight, you're a New York Giants fan. That's kind of funny from Carolina Jeff. Black Panther says the offense did not lose the game. The defense did. Absolutely. Just continue to go through some of these comments here. C, what's going on, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Did anybody watch the live post-game show? I mean, man, I thought I was doing big things, looking like ESPN, and nobody tuned in. But again, I know everybody said after a loss, it's a little bit tougher to tune in. I get it. How much of a green light do you think Cam will have in regards to audibles? I think he will be given those green lights for audibles, but he just doesn't know enough yet to do that. Cam had a cheat sheet on his wrist that was a mile long yesterday with let me see if I can bring up the image on my computer quickly. I don't know. I would guess it was like 40 plays on that thing that Cam had. So I feel like certainly as he gets to know the playbook, not just the current game scheme, but the playbook, then you'll see more audibles. I feel like they're comfortable to do that. He's a veteran. He's been in the league a long time. He's a versatile threat. So I feel like it's just simply as Cam is here a little bit longer, gets deeper into that playbook, that you'll see him get the green light for calling those audibles. Cody's not on his normal computer, doesn't have the webcam hooked up. Can I go audio only? All right, Cody, I will allow you to go audio only if you want to get back on. All right, did not know that you did not have your webcam working, but everybody else, hope you joined the show. We got about 10 minutes left. There's a link in the comments. We're going to paste it one more time, give you an opportunity to log on and ask your questions live on the video, which would be pretty cool. I'll bring you onto the show. Did you see Joey Sly taking shots on Instagram talking about I'm back? Yeah, I'm not going to be mad at Joey for doing that, right? Like, he was back. His team did win. So, he can have a little shine. He didn't talk trash. He just said he's back. They got the W. you know, it was quite a few guys on that Washington football team that used to be on the Carolina staff. And I'm sure they all had a little smile, a little extra pep on their step, saying, hey, I'm back and I won. Cam's back and he lost. You know, pretty cool. And I think Joey also posted something on his Instagram stories about saying that it wasn't directed like being a shot at Cam. Let me see if I can quickly find that. But yeah, he was just having fun, man. Let me see. Yeah, he said it has nothing to do with Cam. So if you didn't see that, there it is. He was just having fun, man. Nothing to do with Cam. All right, Anthony Logan, look at you, man, showing some support. Oh, you know what? I decorated, but you guys can't see. Let me fix this because I put some more up because you guys gave me some money to finish decorating. Give me a second. Actually, you know what? Oh, I almost fell. I'm not gonna fall. I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna fix it. Oh, you can't really, I need to put it further over. Well, I'm not going to put it, but see, I added some, if I go over this way, I added some decorations, but hey, Anthony, your $10 super chat goes a long way. We are 100% supported by viewers that are watching the show, by your support. No corporate sponsors, nobody else gives us any money for going to games, travel, all the equipment, all that stuff. So I appreciate your super chat and encourage anyone else that has the ability to do so. Hey, whether it's $1, we don't care. Every bit of it helps us to continue to improve upon the show and cover more games and continue to work for you. So Anthony Logan, much appreciation for that super chat, my man. Let's continue to go through. How come Shaq always tell y'all 2 minutes? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where that started, where Shaq Thompson will come into a media conference and be like, you know, all right, let's get this over with. Like, he doesn't like talking, but he talks every single week. He answers every single question. I know when he got hurt, he came back saying that you guys miss us. So some guys just have fun with it, man. Coming on, it's pretty funny though. Let's continue to move through. We got about 5 more minutes. I'm going to try to go through all of these. You saw the post-game show and I was cleaning the board of health. Hey, somebody asked me if I could breathe in my suit. Yes, I could breathe in my suit. It's called a fitted suit, man. That's all. Just fitted suit to show the physique, you know, which means I got to go to the gym. I haven't been to the gym that much since having a baby, but I got to get back in there because I did feel good, looking good in that suit. And I don't want to start having my suit fall off my waist because I ain't been exercising, but I appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, keep on going. Our kicker way better. Yes, our kicker has been extremely better. Trill coming to the show a little late, but what's up, Trill? Appreciate you tuning in. And hey, Cody, if you're still on, you can be my last guest for the show before I sign off. So go ahead and consider trying to get back on before I get off of here. But I'm here taking your questions. As long as you all have questions, I will try to answer them. Sly is terrible. 2 chip shot field goals want to fix his issues. I hope he gets better. I mean, as a person, he's a good dude. You know, I get to meet a lot of these guys and kind of know him a little bit more as a person other than just a number. And, you know, hope he gets it together. But I'm a Panther fan. Right now I'm a reporter, but, you know, when I get to not report and be a fan, I am. So, but yeah, Zane is doing an extremely good job for us right now. And see before I get off here if I can get this computer to work so I can share with you my video with Jermaine Carter, trying to give you guys a sneak preview. Now my computer starts to slow down because I'm trying to do this video. Let's see if I can show this comment. Josh, why are you gonna call me out like that? I can't get this video. I don't want my computer to start running slow. Oh, let's see. Yeah. Josh says, yep, haven't seen you in the gym in a while, Chris. So Josh, part of why you haven't seen me, like I was going consistently. My son's now, 8.5 weeks. He's about to be 9 weeks old. So that's a little bit over 2 months. But I was pretty much in the gym up until the past 6 weeks about. And yeah, he makes it hard for me to get into the gym because the wife is the best. She takes care of him, our little guy, when he wakes up, but he still wakes me up when he gets up. And it makes it even harder for me to get to that gym. I like to go to the gym prior to 7 o'clock in the mornings, and going in the afternoons once you have kids is just not a good thing to do. Yeah, I remember meeting Josh, and I don't know when you go. I don't know I think, Josh, when I met you there at the gym, I feel like it might have been an afternoon time. I know my wife was with me at the time that we met, which kind of makes me think it was in the morning. I don't know, but I go in the mornings now when I go, and I'm going tomorrow. So if you're at north side of Charlotte, Fitness Connection, I'll be there tomorrow. I promise by 7:30. I'm going to be at the gym because I got to keep looking nice in my suit. But appreciate you, man. Carolina's getting hot. Good things coming, y'all. Okay. You can have a home gym. I mean, man, I got some weights. I'm trying to look for them because I do have them around. I do have some weights at the house, but I am so like, once I'm home, I want to do home stuff. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to lift weights. I want to leave and go to the gym and do that there, and then come home and like just be resting at home. I've tried to do like so many things at home. I've tried to do like yoga at home. I've tried to meditate at home. I've tried to lift weights at home. I've tried so many things at that. Hey, LOXX, come on, man. Come on, man. I've tried all that stuff, and I just can't work out at the house. But I like to go out to the gym. So LOXX, you ain't never seen me lifting weights, man. You ain't never seen me lifting weights. Hey, we got just a few more minutes. I certainly appreciate the casual talk, but I'm gonna give you all just a few more minutes to hit me with any questions that you got before we get off of here. You know why? You know why? Let me tell y'all something. All y'all out there trying to talk about me, but you need to realize
you a good guy, Chris. You a good guy. I'm just playing. Look, the other guy.
I'm gonna play it for you one more time.
You a good guy, Chris. You a good guy. I'm just playing. Look, the other guy.
See, I'm a good guy. All right, what else we got here? Oh, Jay Cook. I'm sorry. Jay Cook, I'm sorry. I missed your comment. I did not mean to skip over your comment. Jay Cook says, is Lauren single? She is not single. She is taken. And yeah, we actually talked about that yesterday post-game. Somebody asked if me and Lauren were married. No, we're not married. We are co-workers. I'm married to Mrs. Charlotte Vibe, and she is happily taken by another young man. But appreciate the question. All right, so Cody, I'm still gonna give you 30 more seconds as we get ready to round this broadcast out. Get ready to get out of here, watch some Monday Night Football. Anybody watch 911 on Fox? Me and my wife watch that show. I like that show. It's a good show in my opinion. But let's see. Correct. See your family. Keep pounding. We love your comment. This is as real as it's going to get. Hey, I appreciate it. You know, I bring you guys a lot of behind the scenes things. I tell you about my excitement of covering the team because it is fun. I do feel like I'm I'm lucky to be in the position that I am, because a lot of people have questions. A lot of people can do what I do. They just haven't had the access. So I try to just bring the experience of covering a team, getting to know players, all that, be transparent, so you all can be fans and of the player and possibly the person, and just, I like to give you information so you can decide how you feel about something. I like to ask the coach exactly what you want to know. Hey, why did PJ Walker not play? Hey, what happened on that snap with Christian McCaffrey, etc. And then give you the response and let you do with it what you may, and have your opinions on it, whatever that may be. So that's cool, and I appreciate it sincerely. I would try to bring my son in here, but I'm not sure what my wife is doing because I hadn't heard her in a minute. I know she's getting our other son to bed. But let me go through these, and so we'll end up everything. LOXX MANE says, I've hitting on Lauren. Yeah, you guys can give her compliments, but she's taken, quite taken. And what's my expectation for the rest of the season? Yeah, it's hard to say like exactly, because I feel like you're maybe asking for a record, maybe you're not. But my expectation, just from a performance standpoint, is that we're going to compete. I feel like every single game that is left on our calendar, including the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that we can compete. And I don't right now, especially after yesterday's game against the Washington football team, I don't have any feelings of like, man, this is about to be struggle bus city. And I've always felt like we had the defense that could keep us in the game. We just need, even having offenses that just won't lose the game and give us a chance. You saw a trick play yesterday with the double pass. We hadn't seen that stuff all year. I'm sure they want to have more gadgets with Cam out there, and I'm sure Cam's for it. So expectation is that we compete in every single game that we have for the rest of the season. That's my expectation. Hey, Josh. Man, Josh, appreciate the $9.99. All of your contributions go towards running this channel, towards paying me, Lauren. There's a photographer. If you follow me on Instagram, if you don't, I invite you to do so. We have lots of pictures on there. So there's a guy that's on the field every game taking pictures to help bring the content that you see. And, I'd like to travel to some games. I'm not traveling to any games so far this year because it just wasn't able to be in the budget from things that are coming in. But appreciate you, Josh, tremendously. Yeah, time to log off. Cody ain't on. Yeah, we're going to log off. Yeah, I don't know about the $9. I've seen quite a few people do a $9.99 super chat, and I'm just curious, like if maybe it's like a quick pre-fill, because it seems kind of odd that you'll see $9.99 instead of an even number. So, hey, that's it. Appreciate you much. We'll do this every single Monday at 7:00 p.m. Lauren will be returning. I will continue to have some special guests that I'm trying to coordinate to be on the show. Some past football players and just some other notable people in the media that cover the team. I think it'll be fun to have more people on here. And I will continue to make sure that you all are invited to join the show. Put the link out there for you to click on it. State your name, ask the question, and keep it moving, have some fun. Anytime that you guys have a question, guys, I say that by habit, I'm going to change it. Anytime you all have a question, please let me know, whether it's for a player, for a coach. Let me know, and I will ask. I will do everything I can to get those questions answered for you. That's the only way I can continue to proudly say man of the people, is if I do that. So without further ado, everybody have a good night.